Hello! Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For this week's read, I'm going to use the tarot of the Astromatrix Tarot. There's a website in the back here if you're interested to find it. I want to say this was like a community effort, not a community, but like a group effort. I don't think there's like a one person who did it. Supportive Oracle cards. Your Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace, illustrated by Elaine Marzin. Website in the back here, rockpoolpublishing.com.au, A as in apple, U as an umbrella. And I use dice. I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana. I substitute 22 for 0 and make that the Fool. And then I use a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana and a 4-sided dice to decide which suit of the minor arcana. That's from Math Art Fun, I believe it is. MathArtFun.com is where I got those dice. Alright, with that being said, if you would like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Virgo? Is this... Oh, okay, we like this. Okay, so... You got the Phoenix energy here, I'm noticing. It's the Judgment card. But like this, I feel like the Phoenix rises again. I really get that. I mean, it's quite obvious from the picture on this card. But it does feel like I'm releasing a block. Is this really like a Phoenix thing? Because like the Phoenix has a cycle. Are you in a cycle with this? Or is this breaking free from something? Judgment, delayed, but not lost. And that's the 7 or 1. That's the 1. 1 of, which is the Ace of Fire or Pentacles? Pentacles is 2. So, something is starting to come forward. You got 2 aces, actually. You have the Ace of Wands coming up, and you have the Ace of Pentacles coming later. Ace of Pentacles is more compatible with Earth. It's an Earth card. Something is starting off really quickly. It's releasing a block. It's like breaking something out of its mold type of way. The way this feels, it kind of feels like we're in a cycle, but I don't think it has to be. It depends how you view it and how you handle it. Because whatever's going on here, it's like we're breaking free. Something was stuck for a while. And when I say stuck, I feel... kind of like using the word stuck might be the wrong way to put it. It almost might be something stayed in its place for quite a while. And it seemed like it was maybe to you, maybe you're like, well, that's where it should be. So I'm not upset about it. But it's changing. Something is changing really fast. The Phoenix coming in, I don't feel like we're going through the Phoenix cycle. Even though the Phoenix energy is here on the Judgment card, I don't feel like we're going to start that cycle. And by that, I mean like it builds high, burns bright, and then burns out and crashes. Like that would be a cycle. I don't think. I think we're picking up from where we were lost. We were lost. So we're breaking free of this. It's going from that Hanged Man energy to this Ace of Wands. Something is bursting forward. You're used to being more self-sufficient, but I feel like what's needing to come forward is some more people need to come into this situation. It's better if more people are in this situation, but this is one of those things where I feel like you have to be more selective about who you're going to connect with you. What does that mean, though? That seems so like, even if it's like a work situation, and you're like, well, technically I work with other people all the time, it's more about getting involved in like a community effort. More getting involved in maybe a project or a group activity in some, or like could be a work activity, but like more part of a team, less doing my piece and letting them do what they need to do next. Um, there is some conversations that need to come forward with this. Possibilities coming forward, trying to balance things out, but a lot of conversation needs to happen. The situation is not bad. I just feel like it's kind of like I was comfortable where it was. It's not bad. It doesn't feel bad to me. It just feels not as comfortable. I don't know how else to say it. Like there's elements here going on. There's changes going on. That's like, okay, that's fine. It's not bad, but it's not as comfortable as it was. It's the best way. I'm not getting like an analogy for it. I'm noticing. Should I be? Is a good question. Not at this time. Three of Cups starting to form, which is friendships, connections, community. That's on the dice. The Magician is on the Major Arcana, which makes me wonder, like, it's half in, half out, which kind of, like, maybe it's not quite time for the full movement forward. Not quite time for the full movement forward. I get that there's conversations going on here, discovering more, finding possibilities, sifting things through, like what do we really want to be here, what don't we want to be here. And this is part of the whole breaking free of this energy. Again, it's not bad, it's just not as comfortable as it was. And it's like, I was quite comfortable, thank you. I was quite comfortable and I didn't really want that to change. It's not bad, and it's actually going to move into a better energy. It's actually going to be more beneficial to you. But the change is uncomfortable. Kind of like, yeah, but I was comfortable. I don't know if I needed this to change. At this point, it's kind of how it feels right now. I know there's a piece here that I need more. I need more of something. Because I get like, somebody's adding into the project here. 9 of Fire. Releasing. So it's like letting down the barriers. And then the Wheel of Fortune coming in. Virgo doesn't usually care for that Wheel of Fortune energy. It's too random. Somebody's adding in to help you with this. The thing is, it shouldn't be just one person. So it shouldn't be just you and one other person. That's not going to get you the optimal result here that you actually need. It does stunt your growth. I feel like if we go with one person for now and there's just the two of you doing this, it feels like that only lasts a certain amount of time, and then we go through this process again. I don't really think you want to do that. I feel like when that one person kind of adds in, I feel like we should actually start working with other people. The thing is, whoever the one person is, you really do like them, and they're really good, but they're saying, don't just stick with this. Because what it's going to be, again, is it's only going to last for a certain amount of time, and then we have to go through this whole process again, which I really get that feeling that would not be a way you want to do this. It's kind of like, if we have to change it, let's just change it right the first time so we can stick with it and just build from that. Because I'm getting add more people. Add more people in, get more people in the situation, get more people in the know of what's going on. If we're going to end up having a bunch of people anyway, let's just do that the first time around. Let's not do it with me and one other person, and then that has to change, and then we have to go back to square one and get all these other people involved and get everybody else up to speed. If everybody just adds in at the same time, everybody's up to speed at the same time. We don't have to worry about that. I feel it's almost like it feels like rework to me. If we do it with one person, so there's just two of you, I feel like when we go back and add more people in, it feels like rework. And I feel like Virgo is really not a fan of that at all. Sooner or later, you're going to end up where you end up with a group of people anyway. A lot of people involved in this situation, people coming into it. That meditation kind of gives me the Virgo feel. That's introspection in its own way. It kind of does give that hermit feel to me a little bit. This kind of makes me feel like, when we start moving things forward, I have time to think it out, sort it out, decide how we should do it, add in where I want to, see what players I match with, see what players I don't, and then be able to orchestrate it accordingly. There's these in the card, like that one card. I have to do that dice for that one card. I keep looking at it and I keep seeing like trying to get around these buildings, trying to get around these walls, which makes me wonder. So the Empress and the Six of Wands is success. the Six of Cups is usually a history card. It just doesn't seem to be making sense to me. But I feel like we need to get around what happened before. We need to get around why it was the way it was. Some people have to sort out the details and look back. It's kind of like we have to do like a self-audit, not in the sense of like making anybody feel bad, in the sense of like, okay, that's how we did it before. That's the outcome we got before. But I think we can do different things and get a different outcome that might be more pleasing to us. So not self-audit in like a way, not like that. A self-audit in like, okay, we did that. Make sure I understand why we did that. This is the information we had. We knew what to do with that. That's why we did it that way. We've gained more information since. With the new information, if we look back at the situation based on the new information, we would do it differently before. So that way, therefore, let's do it differently this way this time around. I feel like that makes sense. People are sooner or later, there's going to be a bunch of people a part of it anyway. We need to get a bunch of people involved so that we can audit the past, access and evaluate the new information we learned from doing it last time. So like nobody did anything wrong. It's what I'm trying to say here. Like nobody did anything wrong. It's just like, it's kind of like a kid going to school. After you get through the first 5 grades, you can look back and go, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have done this other thing, but you didn't know. You know what I mean? It's like living life. You didn't know. So until you know, you don't have that viewpoint to know to do it differently or try to do it differently. I just feel like we need to be aware of that. I feel like I really need to hit hard with that one on this reading, because we're not looking for people to be like, we don't like that. That's not going to work. More like, okay, we've learned things. Okay, we learned this. We learned that. Okay, let's do it because of what we learned through the process. Let's do it this way this time around. It's an ever-evolving situation. I feel like I made my point. You'll know what to do with it. If this reading plays out the way I think it will, you'll know what to do with it. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.